It is a terrifying and sad story. Trapped in a burning building, unable to find a fellow firefighter.
Exactly 1 week after new Carlisle firefighter Matt O'Donnell ran into a burning building with Assistant Fire Chief Jamie Middlebrook. O'Donnell is talking about what happened in those final moments. Kelli Stopczynski sat down with him today. Kelli, O'Donnell reached out to you about this interview.
Jennifer, he says it's important for people to know Middlebrook was happy, not afraid, and doing a job he loved in the moments before his death. The two went inside the KFEX building on the LaPorte-St. Joseph County line with one other firefighter. Their plan was to set up a hose line that could be unmanned and fight the fire from the inside and hopefully save part of that business.
We weren't in a bad spot. I did not feel heat at all.
With 18 years of firefighting experience, Matt O'Donnell says he did not feel unsafe inside this building.
Not once. We read the building. We read the smoke coming out of the building.
Then he heard a rumble, and seconds later was trapped under heavy debris, screaming his partner's name.
I take the flashlight off my helmet that was given to me by my family, and I'm starting to look around. Jamie's not visible. Jamie's reflectors off his coat aren't visible. His boots aren't visible.
I mean, you're looking for anything.
I would have taken anything. I start banging on the roof, hoping somebody would hear me. The radio is going ballistic. Somebody's screaming, we have a collapse. Somebody's screaming, we have a mayday.
For a second, everything stood still. He thought about his family.
I'm laying here in what could be the spot they come and find me later. I was pretty nervous. Started a little bit of anxiety, and eventually I was able to calm down. It was probably only a brief second, because I mean the mind works so fast, but you have that moment of sheer terror.
But O'Donnell had to make a choice for his wife and their 3-year-old daughter.
I had to go. I had to find a way. I had to die trying. I would have stayed with Jamie. I would have done anything to get him out, but now that I can't find him, maybe he's out. Maybe I'm the last one in the building.
He activated a button on his air pack to let his brothers on the outside know something was terribly wrong, kicking the outside wall as he tried to crawl out. Seconds after running out of air, O'Donnell remembers hands grabbing him, pulling him to safety. He says he knew his partner didn't survive when he was in the ambulance, asking for Jamie, and no one could tell him where he was.
I was the last person to see Jamie alive. It was an honor. I would have done anything to change what happened. Once the autopsy came back, I was able to start finding peace with it. Until the autopsy came back, I was slowly going crazy in my mind, because this guy would never have left me in a building, not for a second. So I was so fearful that I left him in a building without a brother.
And we know that autopsy showed Middlebrook died from a broken neck. The coroner told me the weight of the ceiling coming down on his helmet killed Middlebrook instantly.
Absolutely heart-wrenching to hear those final moments.
Yeah, it's hard for him to talk about, too.
Yeah. You know, O'Donnell, actually, he suffered injuries as well. He had a broken leg.
That's right, he did. He told me he doesn't have a timeline on that healing process. Right now, it's still very swollen. They're trying to get the swelling to come down. He goes to see the surgeon tomorrow to hopefully figure out when he can have surgery on it, that kind of thing. But for now, he's going around in a wheelchair. We saw him at the funeral doing that yesterday. He was here in our studio doing that today as well.
It's going to take time.
Yes.
That's for sure. Kelli, thank you so much. The new Carlisle Fire